Okay, so we're live. Honestly, that's
okay. Now we have to stop for copyright moments.
Yeah, we have to stop for copyright reasons. But honestly, that freaking scene is so iconic.
Wait,
so freaking iconic.
Live from our house, it's Who Picked This Buddy Read. Oh goodness.
I was wondering why you were so quiet. It's because I don't have my volume all the way up like an ignoramus.
I'm not prepared at all. I was like, I'm not even on the comments. If someone had said something, I would have had no clue.
No idea.
As soon as you started popping people up, I would have been like, oh shoot, I need to switch chats.
Yeah, I know. That's what I love. Honestly, that's what I love about like StreamYard. It's like you can put people's comments up there. Because when I did live streams on Google Hangouts, you basically had to be like, and YouTube never used to do the live chat when they did the playback. Oh, so like I would have to read every single comment so people would know what I was talking about if they ever went back and rewatched.
Got it.
But now technology is evolving.
Yay! Can I just say, even though it's been 2 weeks, it feels like it's been like 17 years since I've seen you.
Like for reals, honestly.
I was like, did we move?
We saw each other last week because we did the, oh my gosh, it's Nat! I love Nat so much.
I honestly wasn't sure I could find my shirts, but I will admit that I was a hardcore Twi-hard. Like,
so hardcore.
Oh, so like I found a bunch of shirts and I'm like, oh my gosh, if it wasn't 115 degrees outside, I have this really cute jacket that I made. Maybe I'll just break it out for a different live stream and just hold it up because it's something I'm very proud of because it took forever
to do. Yeah, Nat, we were talking about that backstage before we went live, how I was desperately trying to find my Team Edward shirt, but even if I did find it, my boobs wouldn't have fit in it. So, you know what?
I told her, just do like a dentist thing, get some paper clips, just clip it to your shirt. That's all you need to do. You're fine.
Hang it behind me here.
Hang it behind you. There you go.
God.
I don't think I have enough space on the wall behind me to put if I still had everything, because I did purge a while back a lot of my stuff because I'm like, when am I ever gonna need this again? She'll probably never come out with Midnight Sun. Like nothing else is gonna be Twilight related. So
and then here she is, releasing Midnight Sun and not really making us, but reread the Twilight series because why not?
I so much enjoyed rereading this. It's hilarious.
I did too.
I know.
Actually, I did too.
I was so nervous that I was going to hate it. Like I was just prepared because and this was something I was getting ready to tell you backstage. I've tried to rewatch the movies. And they are garbage.
Oh God! Especially,
so
God! Especially that first one. That first one was terrible.
Like I get it; it was a B movie, but at the same time, I was like looking back on it. I used to tell people I liked that movie, and I judge myself for it now.
I used to say I liked it. I can't even get me wrong. I'll still watch it if it's on. I will absolutely still watch that. And we were talking about this too. Like the baseball scene, that baseball scene is still the most iconic scene in the history of cinematography.
You're just thinking of the Jasper moment. Okay, let's just be real. Nothing else mattered in that scene.
Of course I'm thinking about the Jasper, when he's like flipping the bat. I was just like, I'm weirdly turned on right now. Like, why? I don't even like baseball.
You do now.
If Jasper's playing
it. The book when Charlie was just like, he's going to get you to play baseball. And she's like, well, I'm really just going to watch. And I was like, okay, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really just going to watch because.
Oh, God. She was honestly terrible. Like badminton. What other games do they play? Volleyball. I was just like, she's not playing sports. Let's just be real.
Not playing sports at all. Yeah, no. Not at all. But yeah, I honestly, I've seen, other people, like especially other booktubers who are doing the reread because, Midnight Sun is coming out. So of course you want to you want to do the reread.
Prepare
So,
yourself. Yep.
yeah, but I have seen a lot of, people rating it like 1 star, 2 stars. And I'm just like, I told Jen backstage and I was just like, is it bad that I still want to rate this 4 stars?
I rated it 4 stars. I'm not ashamed. I liked it. I think for a young adult novel, it did really well. I mean, obviously there's things that I don't like about it now that I think I did before. Like, honestly, and this goes back to the Gina Showalter series that we just read. I love the hunt, but as soon as they get together, I was just like, it's kind of crap. So like, I loved getting there up to that moment, and then all of a sudden, like, he stayed over that first night, and then he was like, oh yeah, you said you love me in your sleep, and she was like, yeah, so you already knew that. And then he was like, oh, but it would have been nice to hear you. And she's like, I love you. And I was like, this is literally the first time you guys have hung out for like more than an hour at school. Like, you can't say that already.
It's so like, oh my God, it's so high school. And like, it's like that one picture that I sent you today of like when I highlighted their first kiss and she nearly passes out. I'm just like, oh my God, you sweet virgin, like, stop it.
So, and I think this just goes to reiterate that I really hate the insta love, because I don't know what it is, but I really don't like it anymore. When I first read it, I was totally for it. I was like, get it, girl, you love him, yay. Now I'm just like, can you not?
Some insta love works.
Not this one.
Like, if anybody who's watching who have watched my channel, I read romance. I've read a crap ton of romance, guys. Any trope that you can think of, I have read it. And I've read some phenomenal insta love, and it can be done well. I'm just saying, can be done well. In this particular instance, maybe not. Like, they're in high school. It's very angsty. It's very everything is life or death.
17 millionth time, okay? He has no excuse, because he's just as bad as she is. And don't give me, oh, this is his first love scenario. No.
I mean, it kind of is. But I mean, it's kind of like, okay, because I have a theory, because he was struggling with his hunger for so long. He's been denying himself blood, and she's kind of, it made him want to live, kind of thing, because he hated being a vampire. He hates being a vampire.
Just as much as Robert Pattinson hates the Twilight series as a whole.
Just as much. I mean, that self-loathing was not acting on Robert Pattinson's part. Okay, I'm just saying.
I love that so much. The memes, because you go on Twitter, not Twitter. I mean, I guess you could, but on Pinterest, and all the comments about nobody hates Twilight as much as Robert Pattinson.
They don't. Honestly, you can't find a person who hates Twilight as much as you can't. They don't exist. It's so funny. But
oh gosh.
I mean, of course, everybody who's watching, we know what the premise of Twilight is. But in the
what do you mean?
What do you mean, Twilight?
What is this?
In the spirit of the Who Picked This Buddy read, obviously we follow Bella, who has moved from Phoenix to Forks, which, hello, Phoenix!
Can I just tell you, every time they said something in Phoenix, I was like, where are they at? And I was like, I know exactly where they're going. And I really want to drive next to, 58th Street and Thunderbird? Cactus, there we go. Because I was like, I know these streets. I was like, I don't know if there's a studio there, but I kind of want to find out.
Oh yeah.
Google Maps.
That's one of my post-it notes, is actually like, do you want to go to 58th Street and Cactus and see if this place is real?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
100%.
100%.
Can I just tell you what makes me so angry? And I get it. It's a film. They can't do it. But so every scene that they shot in Phoenix, not necessarily like the scenic stuff, because the scenic stuff, obviously, you have to get from Arizona, but like her home, and then what is it? Why can't I think of words? The hotel that they stayed at, those are all in LA, and all they did was add a cactus. I'm sorry. A cactus does not make it Arizona, okay, friends?
Well, honey, they did not have the budget.
I know, but it bothers me that they're just...
Most of that stuff was filmed in studio, and you could tell, like, the last... not last scene, but the scene where she's in the hospital at the end, that is the jankiest hospital I've ever seen in my life. I was like, that ain't no hospital.
And if I remember right, I think she was, Kristen Stewart was still a minor. So the reason why you have shots of just him and just her, because she had to leave for the day.
She had to leave, yes.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I do remember that.
There are so many things about that. Okay, so as janky as it is, I really loved it because there were lots of little tidbits. Like if you're watching, I think it's the TV behind her. It's got like the actual studio, or maybe it's a picture. I think it's a picture on the wall behind Edward. Is a picture of the ballerina studio, dancing studio, whatever, that they were just at. So if you watch it, I honestly don't think I could watch it without immense amounts of alcohol and the need to commentate and just tear it to pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I'm at on that one.
I mean, that's totally fine.
Sorry, you were telling us. So
no,
Phoenix to Forks, got it.
To Forks.
Got the little cactus in her hand in the movie.
Oh my God, that was so cute. I was like, I was like, where are you gonna put that on a plane? You're gonna put that in your carry-on? Like, what are you doing?
Cactus needs sun, friend. It's not surviving where you're going.
But so yeah. She goes to high school, and she sees these extraordinarily beautiful teenagers, sitting all alone in the lunchroom, and they're so beautiful. And of course, why wouldn't they be vampires? Why not?
I like how they did it in the book so much better. I know that we're not really supposed to be comparing to the movies, but let's just face it, that's what this is going to end up being as well.
Yeah, it's going to be like, I have so many Post-it notes where I was just like, this was more dramatic in the movie.
Well, like he's like, say it out loud. You're a vampire, after like swirling around him for like 12 minutes. And I was just like, in this one, he kind of just was asking her questions, and then it was kind of just known that that's what he was, because I don't think he made her say it. He didn't like take her off into some fancy little area and just like freak her out. I mean, yes, he did that, but not quite in the same fashion. And I like how they did that in the book, because in the movie it seemed really cheesy, and I was like, I really wish they would have had like them sitting down at dinner and her asking the questions, rather than like the weird little montage thing that they did. I was like, that montage probably cost you a lot of money, and having a conversation in a like little tea shop, wherever they were at, probably less expensive. And you're already there, so let's just
because they did talk more about, all the questions that they were talking about in the clearing. They actually did during dinner, and then also during the drive home. They were talking heavily on the, because like it's an hour where they're not just sitting in silence. But yeah, and I think it was even in the car ride home. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's like, how long have you been 17? And he's like, a while. So that happened in that happened in the car ride. So it's like, okay, that kind of, makes sense how they're just having this conversation. And it started off with, oh, Jacob Black has told me some stuff. And, they kind of just naturally proceeds from there. So, but yeah, it was very angsty and very dramatic in the movie, but of course.
But I wanted it so much because I forgot about how they kind of discussed it in the book, and it was so cute because I forgot about the day where he's like, it's my day for questions, and he wants to ask like such normal things of her. And I was like, that is really cute. That's really cute. Why did you take that out?
That was super cute. And it's just like, he does show interest of getting to know her as well. Like, it's not just about him,
Yeah.
Totally. I get it.
I believe a little bit more that it's not just insta love, but you don't tell someone you love them after like 6 hours. It's their first date. And second of all, I'm pretty sure you need to be more concerned about the fact that he watches you sleep.
That's true.
Like, I'm concerned that she's not concerned.
She was actually flattered. She even said, I was actually flattered. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, that is not.
Paging Dr. Crazy Pants, please come to Bella's room. Thank you.
So she needs to be, medicated. But yeah, and it was after, that really scary situation where the guys were following her.
Yeah.
And, he did save her, and they had this really intimate, dinner, and they had, this long drive back home. And, she was feeling some things, before that, and he was being all mysterious. But yeah, I totally agree with you. It's like after like the sheer amount of times that they've been in the same room with each other and actually like talking, like not even like he's sitting there trying to like not breathe because, you know, she smells nice. Literally
nice. Smells nice. That's an understatement.
Literally actively having conversation. You can count it on one hand. So it's like, that's one of the drawbacks, that's, it is very insta-lovey, very, very teenage drama, very, oh my God, you're my life, you're everything now.
I'm not looking forward to the next book. I mean, I never have. And I think I reread this once before, and honestly, the second book is just daunting. So thank God I have an audiobook version of it, and I can bump that sucker up.
Yeah, 3-speed. Bump it up. Bump it up, bump it up.
Because I don't know if I can handle the angst. And I really hate Jacob.
It's not even angst. It's just like, I mean, we'll talk more about the second book next week.
I mean, we've all read the series, hopefully,
maybe everybody. It says there's 5 people watching, so y'all comment away of like what you want us to talk about or what you love/hate about the Twilight book. But yeah, it's definitely, the second book is, a Debbie Downer to say the least.
I had this really nifty idea about doing discussion questions, but we would definitely have to do them first because I was going to go in at it being like, oh my God, who do you think she's going to end up with?
Who are we rooting for, guys? I mean, come on.
I mean, can you remember where you were when you first read it? Definitely, I was always Team Edward. I just
for sure.
First.
For sure.
I mean, technically that's not true because she knew Jacob from when they were little, but I met Edward first, and Jacob was a puny little 15-year-old living on middle of nowhere.
Even in the first book, she doesn't remember him. She remembers mostly his sisters. And I don't know why this comment's not transferring over to StreamYard, but Nat is asking, how do you guys feel about the cover of Midnight Sun?
I don't like it.
I mean, honestly, there are worse fruits that they could have chosen, but like a dripping pomegranate, like
I don't like pomegranates.
I like pomegranates, but I'm just tasty. Let me just say, like, I saw like someone did like a media manipulation of the Midnight Sun cover, and they made it like a banana with like some sort of creamy substance on it. I was like, stop it right now. There it is. It's finally popped. Your question has finally popped over to StreamYard. I'm so sorry that there was a delay. But so yeah, I mean, like I said, there are worse fruits that could have.
There are. I'm one of those people that's really weird about like the whole thing. I don't think. Okay, so pomegranate doesn't bother me as much, but I'm the same thing. I'm like, out of all the fruits that you could have picked, all of the fruits, why does it gotta be a pomegranate?
Well, I guess they couldn't use a Granny Smith apple because they already used that on the cover of Life and Death. Mm-hmm. And I guess Honeycrisp doesn't really portray the angst that they're going for in Midnight Sun.
But you could have gone with
a Red Delicious. What is this? Is this a honey? No. Gala? Is this Gala?
No, that's not a Gala apple. Gala apples are like a mix.
It's not a red. It's not a Red Delicious. This is too fat to be a Red Delicious. Red Delicious is like.
But you could do like a pear or something. I don't know. A strawberry? I don't know. What other fruits are there? I'm trying to think of red fruits.
Red fruits. Dragon fruit.
I don't know why I'm looking around my room trying to find like a fruit image somewhere.
Fruit.
I was like, I've got a lot of London stuff. I've got some Harry Potter, a lot of Thor, some Kingsman.
None
of that's helping me. Cat stuff.
Yeah.
What do cats like? Cats are assholes. I love my cat. Let's see. Let's look up pictures of fruit. I'm nervous.
Oh my God, this is the live stream is devolving already to finding fruits.
Well, what would be so maybe like no, you can't do it. I was going to say you could do a tomato.
A tomato? I mean, we're giving flack to the pomegranate, but we can't think of a single fruit that would work as a substitute. So I guess it is what it is.
Pineapple. Like, I don't even care. Ooh, a peach. A peach would be so nice. I like peaches.
I like peaches too.
Okay, let's see. Nope, not New Moon. What's the name? Midnight Sun. God, I can't even think. And I had coffee recently.
You had coffee?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
going to find a fan cover that I like.
Oh, yes. Look for.
Okay, there. Type in Midnight Sun fan cover into Google. The first one is this really pretty moth, like attracted to something. That's pretty. You've got
You said Midnight Sun fan cover. And you just did the images?
Yeah. There's some really gross
pomegranate
stuff
here. Moth.
It's like that weird moth.
Or it's literally just like a red sun, or like, is this a red moon or something?
That one.
That would have worked.
Yep. I like that one. I like the one that's kind of eclipsing it, but that's more of like eclipse.
Yeah, honestly.
There's not very many. I thought there would be more.
There's not.
Do I need to go to Pinterest for this? No. Don't fail me.
Pinterest would totally provide that for you. But but yeah, it's like, honestly, it's, I mean, like I said, there's worse fruits that could have been used, but you try to think of another fruit to use or another cover and you just can't. So it's there, it's in your brain.
They might as well put heroin on it because she's his brand of heroin. Let's just be real.
And that was that ever said in this book?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Like
I totally skipped over it.
Alcohol in a room full of brandy, and then you have this grade A brandy. Will they be able to stop? I don't know. It wasn't brandy. I think it was something else.
Brandy.
But yeah.
I mean, did I even read the book? I mean, I
finished it on Sunday.
I have a Post-it note on the back. This is like the first time I have a Post-it note on the back.
On the actual cover, what's it say?
It literally says, deeply seductive and extraordinarily suspenseful. I was like, deeply seductive? I'm like, okay. They barely read the same book because he can't even handle it. That's what literally, it's like, deeply seductive. Y'all are nuts. Y'all haven't read much romance, have you?
I mean, I guess for YA it is deeply seductive.
I mean, I guess.
Maybe they haven't read Sarah J. Maas. Or literally anything else.
Sarah J. Maas is not.
I know, new adult, whatever. Okay, she's in the YA section. So for purposes,
people are dumb.
Yeah. So for the purpose of my response.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure.
Hey Nat, what do you think about the cover now that we've like totally
I know.
it? I'm kind of curious.
Like, I hate it. What do you think, Nat? What do you think about the cover, Natalie?
I know there's probably a delay, and then there'll be a delay, so you'll have to read it to me. But
yeah, there's obviously a delay to YouTube for them to comment, and then there's a delay of it kicking to StreamYard.
What was the picture of New Moon? What was on the cover of New Moon? Now I'm just trying to think of all of them. Because I know that you have the chess pieces for Breaking Dawn. I know that you have the ribbon.
It's a flower. It's like a.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of flower it is, but
it's a pretty flower. I know that, but at the same time, I was like, maybe you could because they're only doing the first book. Never mind. I saw a meme somewhere.
Might surprise us in another 10 years.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't come out with like alternate covers because these books are over 10 years old. Yeah,
they have the all white ones.
What? See, I clearly haven't been a fan for that long.
Big fan.
That's what I am a lot of times.
They have the all white covers. Yeah.
2005. I'm gonna have to Google that.
This book came out 2005?
Yeah.
Nat said it weirded me out at first, although it's not a sun. I prefer the red moon, to be honest. Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
100% agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. All right, so I'm going to go through my Post-it notes. I do have
a
few.
Just one or two. Let's start some conversation. Let's do it. Rather than the movie comparison.
Yeah, the movie comparison. Yeah, your comment still does not come to StreamYard. As soon as it comes to StreamYard. Yeah, because I will put it up on StreamYard when it does come over. But yeah, there's a long delay. There has to be. There's something wrong with the bandwidth here. People, get off the internet.
It's like my phone is not even on my Wi-Fi.
I know. Yeah, my phone's not even on my Wi-Fi, but at least we're still here. Let's not jinx it too much. Okay, so my first Post-it note is basically like the second sentence. It's like, it was 75 degrees in Phoenix. And I was just like, that must have been like in January.
In the winter.
Because honestly, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't even know, like,
No, this is impossible because she started school, although it snowed in Forks when she was there. So yeah, I think, there it goes. The comment, sorry.
Yay!
I mean, I'm thinking they might think it's like October, but in October, you have to be like.
In October, it's still really hot in Phoenix. So
unless if it's in the middle of the morning. Did she leave early morning? Because if she left at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I could see it being 75 on the nice day after it rained, like in the middle of a cold streak.
It doesn't say the time. It just says it was 75 degrees in Phoenix. The sky, a perfect cloudless blue. So it's obviously didn't. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, it has to be like, it's literally only 75 degrees like 2 months of the year. So I'm.
Well, I know that she lives in southern Arizona. I don't know if a lot is
Scottsdale. Her mom's house is in Scottsdale.
I know someone that.
Because remember, we said 58th Street and Cactus, which I didn't even think that was Scottsdale, honestly.
Oh yeah, true. Never mind.
I was thinking that's like Paradise Valley.
Sorry, I was thinking about the author for a second, so I was trying to give her a leeway, but you did say Scottsdale, so I was like, oh no, you're right. She did say Scottsdale. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's got to be like October, November, but they didn't really talk about the holidays at all or the New Year. It just went right into prom, so it probably would have been at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, unless it was January, February. Because then I guess it could still be kind of snowing in. I don't know what the weather is like in Washington. So
we need
it's
Kelsey.
Not raining. Kelsey,
tell us
what's the weather like? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense because it was middle of the school year. Yeah. I love how we just spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out when does this book start?
When, like, just because it's 75 degrees, they're like, okay, it can't be like summertime, because I would have been like, it's 115 degrees and I'm sweating my ass off.
And they don't really talk about holidays, so you kind of have to narrow that down. So yeah, if it was beginning of the year,
it has to be beginning of the year.
Because they don't really talk about Valentine's. So yeah, maybe March.
Maybe Sadie Hawkins dance is around February, March. I don't know. I've never had a Sadie Hawkins dance when I was in high school.
Ditto.
Which, yay, because I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now.
It's like I never danced with anyone at a regular dance, so let's just be real. I wasn't gonna be asking anyone. I would not have had Bella's luck.
I know.
You should ask me.
3 people. 3.
Like how Edward just was like stopped in front of her. I had to give Tyler his opportunity to
Tyler his chance. What? No, you didn't. That's weird. And then you're just gonna be mad at him because you're gonna get jealous that he asked. Like, that's so stupid. Like,
I love that he's like, yeah, he's telling people that he's going to prom. And I love at the end, first of all, how does she not know prom? I mean, obviously she fell down a flight of stairs. So she's got some memory issues. So
Bella is so like book smart. She is so smart. Like, maybe she just had a leg up, and just seemed smart when she was in the high school in Forks because she did take those AP classes, but she does not have like the best like street smarts. You know what I'm saying?
Relationship smarts. My boyfriend stays over and watches me sleep. Yay!
I mean, this is honestly like, she doesn't say like she doesn't date. She said that, so it's like honestly her first boyfriend, and he is like obsessed with her. So she thinks it's cute. Like,
you have to know though, like I mean, when you were 15, 16, if someone was just like, yeah, I watched you sleep for the last like 3 months since you arrived, what would you do? I'd be like, I'm gonna start locking all my windows. I'm gonna get an alarm system. I'm gonna start telling my dad, who's a police chief, hey, this creeper is crawling in my window. Yeah. Maybe lock down the house.
But honestly, I met my husband when I was 15, so
that's fine. But would you have found it like sweet and endearing if he was just like, I like to watch you sleep?
Honestly, I can't answer that.
Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I know how you feel about vampires, so maybe you would hope that he was one.
If I knew he was a vampire, or if I even suspected he was a vampire, oh my god. He would have broke up with me because he would have broke up with me because he's like, this bitch is crazy. It's a good thing I didn't show that side of me. Anyway.
Now he's stuck with you. I'll take you if he doesn't.
now I let go all of my weird stuff because then I look him straight in the eye and say, what are you going to do? Divorce me? One day he's going to call me on my bluff. He's like, you know what? I just might.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, so funny. It's okay. He's not watching this live stream anyway, so.
That's okay. Maybe his mom is, though.
Bev, are you here? Are you watching? She's going to pop up later. Watch. She's like, sorry I'm late. And it's like, she's only missed like one live stream. It's like been without fail. She's been to every single live stream. That's so funny.
I mean, even if you pop in for a minute and you're like, hey, bye. It's nice. It's just nice to know that you were thought of in the moment, that you took the time to hop on.
Right?
Say a word.
Well, it says we have 5 people watching, and so far only Nat has commented, so I want to know who these other people are. Come on, comment. Just kidding. You don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, my next Post-it note is, okay, so when Edward first sees Bella in the science class, chemistry,
I just think of the movie.
Oh my god, that was so. But anyway, and then he just like disappears for like a week, and I feel like that's going to be like very heavily angsty in Midnight Sun. Like obviously we're going to get his perspective, so we're going to be like,
he's going to be in Alaska.
He's going to be in Alaska. He's going to be talking to some people, like maybe the Alaskan vampires that are up there, and then he's just going to be brooding the entire time about why, you know, it's just going to be like a tug of war between him and his, you know, like like his conscience. You know, it's like, no, like don't. She deserves to live a peaceful, normal life, but I want her. I could just see it now, honestly.
Hopefully it's only like a chapter long, and I'm really hoping that we don't go in depth with the thoughts of the fudging people in Port Angeles.
Oh, yeah. Well, Midnight Sun is 600 pages.
What? How did I not know this?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look it up in
I honestly,
because this is 498 pages.
Oh Lord. Okay,
so it's a solid 100 pages.
I wonder if we're gonna get a little bit of his life beforehand and maybe have him.
That would be nice.
Hey, I don't know who you are, but hi. I always wait for you, Nicole, to be like, "This is who this is."
Hello, how are you? That's so funny. I was like, please, somebody comment so we know who it is. But so hold on, let me finish what I was doing.
But yeah, so maybe it like extends. I really hope that we're not going to get a ton of just angsty angst. Uh-oh, what was that face for?
672 pages.
How long?
At least according to Goodreads. That's pretty long. But let's look it up just for fun.
I need something comparison-wise, and for some reason, A Court of Mist and Fury, I can like visualize in my mind. So I need to know like on what level I am going to be on.
For sure.
I'm really glad we pushed it a week rather than saying, yeah, next day we'll go ahead and have it read.
Okay, that's the Kindle edition. I don't want the Kindle edition. I want the first edition hardcover. Girl.
I honestly think
600, it says 626 pages, which I think that's a freaking lie.
So this is going to be longer than A Court of Mist and Fury? Okay.
No. Where is A Court of Mist and Fury? I'm going to freaking, is it right here? No, it's not it.
I was like, I know where mine is in my room, but it's far away from where I'm currently sitting.
Hold on. You're probably going to hear a crash, okay? This is A Court of Mist and Fury.
I'm going to say hi to Amanda, because Amanda's here.
Hi, Amanda. Okay, hold on.
You peer pressure people.
That's kind of my
Nicole.
I know, everyone's like, hi, we're here. Sorry. I'm just like, comment. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to. And now I'm trying to
have any questions for us or any like discussion points, because honestly, we're honestly just going to be
going like tangent. tangents left and right. I'm sorry if you hear a crash, but
I'm
this
waiting
has
for
to
it.
happen. Holy shit, that's
Should I have Joe on standby? Does he need to be concerned? Will you
Joe
fall
doesn't-
out of your chair?
Joe doesn't need
Marco!
Marco Polo. Okay, let's put Count of Monte Cristo back. Okay, so Court of Mystery. Okay. It is 624. I did all that for nothing.
So you have another 15 pages to add to that, and that's what Midnight Sun is going to be. I'm honestly both excited and slightly concerned.
Just add 30 pages to this, so this is Midnight Sun.
And aren't those pages like really thin?
These pages?
Or is that from a Quarter Wings and Ruin?
Yeah, Quarter Wings and Ruin.
Oh,
which
that is a good question.
Charlie is always going to be one of my favorite characters, just because I really think Billy Burke just really heavily influences.
Okay,
so he's just a doll in the movie. But yeah, I really do enjoy Charlie.
Okay, so for me,
and
like
Carlisle is.
Books versus movie is going to be a big thing for me, because I will agree with you. Charlie was like, he stole the show from the movie. Like, honestly, Edward Cullen was my cup of tea. Anyways, yeah, I tend to love the main character, so my answer is really lame. For the books, it was Edward. This time, I think I really do like Charlie, although he seems much more less of a parent. Granted, he hasn't had to like watch over someone for a while, but also it was really sweet when he was just like putting the wheel on his tires, or
you mean the chains? The wheel on the
tire. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna go with Edward actually for the book this time. I don't feel like we've met enough. We haven't met enough of them just yet, because I know that I love Alice, but I don't feel like I got enough of her in this book. And I feel like that's going to change as the series progresses, because I really like I think it was Ashley Green that did her. I think she did a really good job with
Alice.
Way that she was. But if you think about it, I mean, the main people that we saw were Edward, Bella, her school friends, who I'm not even going to talk about them.
Oh my gosh, yes, for sure.
Anna Kendrick, the girl that she played, Jessica?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I really hated her this time around. Like, I didn't think I hated her as much, but in this one, I was just like, you can go jump off the cliff. I'm not a fan of you.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, I did like Mike, but again, we don't have much. I don't feel like we got much time with anyone other than Edward, Bella, and her dad.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a little bit of everyone else, but not enough for me to be like,
hey, Kayla.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It is very heavily surrounding.
So I'm going to answer that question again, maybe in Eclipse, once we start to get everyone's mixture, because then we'll have enough people. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to stick with Edward for the books and probably Charlie for the movies, because yeah, I was surprised.
I really liked that. I didn't realize how much of Carlisle's backstory that you're getting was in Twilight, which they totally just skipped over that in the movie. But yeah, I really
second movie, third. Oh God,
I don't know.
I think it was a second one. Because she cuts her finger and it's like a fountain of blood after a paper cut. And I'm like, that is not realistic whatsoever. Like, I think it would have been better to have like a prick of blood and to have him freak out rather than just like, oh, I cut it. And then I must have the thinnest blood in all the world. And it's just like down my arm. I don't believe it.
Your clotting factor is like 0.
That's something I remember. But I do remember him like wrapping her up. And I think that's when he told his backstory.
Yeah.
I really like Rosalie's backstory. Didn't like her in this book.
Yeah.
You're not meant to, but and Esme. And okay, that's the other thing. She loved that family way too quickly. Again, I get it. She's young, but at the same time, like, you have only just met these people once.
Yeah.
Edward hasn't even talked about his family to you.
You played baseball. I mean, that's like a really like close-knit sport, and like emotions can just, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was just like, I was waiting for you to keep going because I was like, at this point, it sounds like you're talking about like a whole different sport, and it's also called baseball. I was like, I would like to look this up because baseball is very not that.
Just not that. Nat, since you asked the question, who's your favorite character? I would like to know. And everybody in the comments, I know Amanda did just say that she really loves Billy Burke. He is.
I so wish that they had kept that moment from. I wish the moment in the movie had been in the book where she's just like, Dad, I want to introduce my boyfriend Edward, and he goes, okay, bring him in. I was like, yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's like it's just like a very cliche dad. Oh, you're dating my little girl. Let me make sure I'm cleaning my gun. Like as the boyfriend comes over, like seriously.
I love it so much.
Billy Burke just did it so he just nails it. It was so funny.
And I think that's something that the movie did slightly better, where they made him care more as a parent. Like he was slightly more observant, and that bothers me that he's like, I get it. He's been living on his own for a while. Bella's just like, go do your own thing so that I can have my boyfriend over without you being around and creepy. Me and Nat, we're on the same level.
Oh, I love it. I mean, but yeah, when I first read it, Edward, all the way, I'm just like, oh yeah, I want my own vampire.
I have a quick question for you and also everyone in the chat. Did you ever read Midnight Sun? What was leaked of it?
No.
Me either. I actually was so upset by it. I actually created a Facebook group that I've since deleted. It was part of my purging of all the Twilight stuff. It was all caps saying, I will not read Midnight Sun until Stephenie Meyer releases it. But yeah. I mean, if someone else has read it, that's great. And I really hope that you join us for our live stream of that one, because I would be curious to see how much it is.
Oh, it's Jen. Yes, Jen will tell you that, she was such a Twi-hard too. She actually printed out all the chapters, stapled them together, and so all of her friends could have, a copy, and they all read it in school. I was just like, you know what, Jen, you are the MVP of the Midnight Sun leak.
You have to be here when we read that, because I need to know.
Yes, I love it so much. She's like, I was here for it.
I'm curious if she kept it the same, or if it was just at this point she's like, okay, well, it's been enough time, I'll release the whole thing. But
now, Jen, it's been a hot minute since that happened, but do you still have a copy so we can compare?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I know. I mean, it's maybe not.
I was like, I'll give you my email.
We just want to know.
She did.
Yes. Terrible. I made sure to save the PDF. Yes, Nat. Okay,
good. We've got some people.
So you have the PDF. I'm gonna send you my Gmail, and if you can send me that PDF, I would be totally grateful.
I'm gonna read Midnight Sun, the first one first.
I'm gonna buy it and read it, of course. I just want to know.
But I want to read what she wrote first, and then I will. And then I'll go ahead and read what was leaked.
I didn't want her to
and that was it, because I didn't want to get to the point where I was just like, okay, now it stopped and I want to know all my answers. So I was like, is it more torture to have read it and not know how it ends, or is it torture to wait for forever?
And then maybe it stops right before the meadow scene.
That sounds like a lot that got leaked then. I mean, depending on
how many chapters was it, Jen? I think it's on my old laptop. Oh, dang it.
I'm sure it's out there. Honestly, I'm sure we could Google it. Yeah. See?
More torture.
11 Jesus. That's half the book. I can see why she didn't want to go through with it then.
Half the book? This book is going to be the length of a Court of Mist and Fury. It's not half the book.
Hey. Tell me how many. I have the book right here in front of me, behind me, whatever. Chapter 11. Oh, that's 16. Way too far. I'm going to figure out how many pages chapter 11 is.
Chapter 11, 218. This is
chapter 11. How the hell did you do that so fast? Did you have a Post-it note?
But it's obviously, it's like nearly 200 pages longer than Twilight, so.
Did you do that? Magic. Did you just like open it? Like, oh,
I literally opened it. I'm like, oh, chapter 12. Okay, let's go back. Chapter. He doesn't sleep.
There's also a contents thing. Let's just be real.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Most books don't come with contents anymore. Do you realize that?
True. That's
Maybe it's just romance novels. Wait, hang on. I've got another book. Let's test the theory.
Well, I guess if there are, I mean, these have chapter names, so I guess that would make sense. He doesn't sleep. That's true, and it's a lot of call-in family time.
Oh, call-in family time! I'm all for that. Yeah, Dance of Thieves here does not have table of contents.
A table of contents. They finished themselves. It might have been a fanfic. Oh yeah, that. I mean, there's probably a bunch of like I'd have to look up, but I'm sure there is fanfic regarding the the rest of it with like the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
I would hate for someone to leak it now and then just her be like, okay, I guess nobody gets it. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
I'm not having
I was like,
that.
see, this is why we can't have nice things.
But I think she wrote that mainly to give backstory for some. I don't remember the whole premise around it.
Of the
leak? It's been so long. Yeah, who leaked it? She knew who it was because of the version of that she sent out. So she knew who the culprit was.
Oh.
Yes, that person's no longer in her life.
Shady. Emmett. I still have passwords with his name in it since I was freaking 16.
Yeah.
Emmett's like such a big teddy bear. He is like, he's obviously like muscular and the protector, but he's like so like sweet and just almost innocent seeming, especially in this first book where he's just like, especially after the baseball scene where he's like trying to like protect Bella for in the Jeep, and he's like, come on, Bella, and he's like, he actually ends up taking Bella's side. I was like, you're so sweet. I love you so much.
Okay, so I did have a discussion question that we could actually all have, rather than who do you think she ends up with?
If you were team Edward or team Jacob?
You don't have that yet. It's not New Moon. But if you were
oh yeah, why is he with Rose? So true, because she's a little bit.
But she saved him though.
Yeah.
So there's some good in Rosalie, a little bit. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, but when you do like get to know like her backstory and everything, like you kind of get why she is the way she is. Serious question. I'll decide the murder covers. I'll have 3 main colors of black, white, red. I don't know.
I think it was more of just like a theme, something that would put her apart, which is funny because as soon as she did it, people copied it immediately to try and get people to read their book thinking it was one of hers. So I'm not necessarily sure.
Yeah, I don't like with the whole like covers. Yeah. I mean, like unless the author like negotiates that in their contract, they have very little control of what their covers look like. So when they traditionally publish. So, and I mean, we see it even now. I mean, last year, the YA covers were just full of like the snakes, it was like a very heavy snake theme in the YA covers last year. And then this year, and I just totally blanked on what this year's theme is, but it just seems like there's like a trend. There's like a publishing trend that happens.
Oh yeah, true.
So,
because I think Flowers was still pretty significant back then. That year, I guess, when they all came back out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but yeah, my question: if you were to recast the actors in the movie, like if they were to do a remake, who would you cast in each role? Can you? I immediately, for whatever reason, and I think it's because of Julianne Lindsay, who posted that was Emma Rossman would be
Emmy Rossman.
Yeah. Emmy Rossman. I was just like, she would probably be a good Bella, although she's a little bit too old for the role now. But
yeah,
I know. But when she was younger,
old, but she's older. She's not old. She's not teenager. And honestly, I don't even know who some like teenage actors are. I don't even know.
I don't either. I keep thinking of like all the people I know, but they're like 30. So
I know.
And then, well, okay, so I did have for Edward that like Grant Gustin. I thought about him because he's scrawny, but also he, lightning gave him abs. So
lightning gave him. That's so funny. Yeah, Jen. I'm gonna put your comment back up there, but yeah, that's true. Red is considered, like taboo or like risque. But
it's eye-catching too.
It is very
You
eye-catching.
see it and you're like, ooh.
Yep, my mother-in-law's here. Hi! Hey, Beverly! Yeah, even Jen is like, I couldn't even imagine trying to cast this thing. I mean, let's homework for next week. Let's just try to do that. Maybe if you can think of some people, we'll try. We'll come back. We'll put a pin in it. We'll come back to that.
But yeah, I had a hard time trying to figure
all the same cast except Robin.
I just, as much as they are good actors in other things sometimes,
even my mother-in-law says red is sexy.
It is. It's a pop color.
It is.
I don't know who I would like. Those were the only people that I had for that, but it's really hard. Who's the guy that did Beast from Beauty and the Beast?
In the TV show? Or in the new movie?
The new movie.
Because there's a TV show remake Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He played in Downton Abbey.
Oh, did he? I haven't seen Downton Abbey, and I can be canceled later. Thank you.
I'm trying to think of his name, but I just, for some reason, I thought of him. I was like, oh, he might. Oh, would he make a better Carlisle?
He would make a phenomenal Carlisle. Okay, hold on. Let me look him up.
Although I really like Peter Facinelli. Although the other thing that we have to do is not if they remake the movie. You know that at some point they are remaking these movies. Let's just be real. And at that time, we're all going to be like 80 and going, oh, I remember when Robert Pattinson was. Keep going.
His name is Dan Stevens.
There we go, Dan Stevens.
The tone is just so wrong in the film. He is sarcastic. He is very tortured. He kind of, as soon as he accepts that he's like, you know what, I'm going for it. I'm gonna be in the relationship with Bella. He just kind of just digging at himself, and I just think that is so funny.
Jason Momoa could be Teddy Bear Man. I can't think. There we go. Except for he doesn't look like a kid whatsoever.
Not at all.
I was just trying to think of a big guy, and I was like, okay, keep going with blonde-haired guys. Now I'm thinking about the movie, and I'm going, okay, well
We're just casting adults. I mean, full-grown adults, not 20s, can pass as teenagers. These are
Do you think I know who younger actors are right now?
No, I don't even know.
Timothée Chalamet, and I'm not even sure how old he is.
Timothy Salamander. Get out of here. I mean, he's actually very popular, so I would assume, he would probably.
He would be a good Jasper.
Honestly, he's so popular, he would probably be Edward. Cool about Emma Roberts. I do like Emma Roberts. I really like her. I just think of her. Yeah. She just wouldn't be as awkward. That's true. But I think when I think of her in American Horror Story, and she was kind of like this really snarky, sarcastic, uber powerful, badass witch in American Horror Story Coven. So I just think of her as Jessica.
You know
she's
possible good Rosalie. I never remember her name.
Oh no.
I think it's Cara Delevingne. She was the model.
Oh, the eyebrows. Yes, she can. Her eyebrows are perfection.
She
honestly,
has resting bitch face, ready to just look at Bella go.
Does she even like Italian? I could see it. I can see it, honestly.
Sorry, I know that we said we're gonna put a pin in this, but I'm just now trying to think of any actor that I know.
Now you're just spinning. The wheels are spinning. That is so funny. But yeah, Cara, honestly, she can arch an eyebrow
that one movie that she was in with that one guy.
Thank God you narrowed that down.
It was the sci-fi movie. It was really popular. Oh my God, I can't even think about it. They were on another planet. He wanted to get together with her. She was not.
It has like a really long title.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking of, but I cannot think of the name. Hold on, IMDb to the rescue, because Carnival Row. Yes, Carnival Row is so freaking good. When is that even coming back? When is that coming back? Because I know like things have just been canceled because of COVID. Oh, okay. So that movie, that the space movie, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Was actually a really good movie. I like
the guy that played her opposite could also be a Jasper.
Jasper.
You're
saying Jasper? You're thinking Six of Crows.
I am thinking Six of Crows.
But yeah, honestly, yeah.
Orlando Bloom, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I was like, how could we fit him into this movie? Let's just go all out. Who's the guy that did Shazam? I don't know what role he would play. Zachary Levi?
Yeah.
He could be Emmett.
No, he couldn't.
What about Edward?
He's not buff enough.
He's thin enough to be Edward then.
Yeah, that's true. But again, he's too old.
Well, I don't know anyone younger, okay? I'm 30, almost 31, okay?
You are going to be 31.
I know, I almost said I'm 31, but I was like, not yet. I got about a month to go. Time's clicking.
This year is my golden birthday.
Yeah. Okay, so Amanda, I did want to Tom Holland, I love him.
Yes, Nat. Yes.
He would be a good one.
So much.
Everyone's
sexy is so old.
It's true.
Honestly, just because I'm 30 years old. I'm not.
And I feel pervy thinking someone like 16, 18 is attractive now. I'm like, ooh.
It's so terrible. Too old. But I cast him in Emmett. Chris Hemsworth would be a good Emmett. Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to say Chris Hemsworth as Emmett, but I was just like, oh, if we're trying to do high school, he's way too old. But that was my first thought, and then I don't know why I thought Jason Momoa was any different.
Any better? That's so funny.
I just think of like a big bear of a man. Oh my God, Chris Evans could be Carlisle.
Chris Evans could be Carlisle?
No, Chris Pine.
Chris Pine could be Carlisle? I don't think
He's a tiny little man.
He's a tiny little man, but I just think that Carlisle has like just this really kind of old soul, and he's like this really like sophisticated, calm, and I just don't think that Chris Pine could pull that off. I just don't want teenage.
Okay, Harry Styles can act because I've seen Dunkirk. He's fabulous. I honestly don't even remember. I was watching it and it was bothering the hell out of me. I was watching the whole movie and I'm like, who is this guy? Why does he look so familiar? And I was like, I can't think of him at all. I Googled it and I was like, it's Harry Styles. Like, how did I not see that?
How did I not? Harry Styles could be, I would prefer Harry Styles for Edward over Timothy Salamander.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Tom Holland as Jasper.
Hey Charles, how are you? Yeah, that's why I couldn't stay on Steph's for too long, because I had to come here. Damn. Oh, we got a Bella and Jacob shipper.
Oh no.
I was pissed when that was an end game. Charles! I think you are literally the only Bella and Jacob shipper that I've met I haven't met you in real life, but
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah. Sorry.
I could see Jake Gyllenhaal as Carlisle. I could see it.
I know a couple people who like Jacob for the end all, but at the same time I was like, no, like the whole series has been leading up to
that you know?
No, I think they were my high school people, and we went to different high schools.
That's true.
Although I would in a heartbeat redo. True. Bella did Jacob dirty for sure.
That's never gonna happen, Charles. Did Jacob dirty? She totally played on his emotions, especially in that third book. Let me tell you right now,
did not like the Renesmee. I mean, spoiler alert, the Renesmee twist there. I was like, that is absolute garbage. Like 100%.
I don't know. I guess I will always see Peter, I can never say his last name as Carlisle. He just
Fashionelli.
He did such a great job. I know. Then I went to Vampire Diaries. Oh my gosh, yes, that's a whole nother. That could be a whole
the
nother.
The guy that did Klaus could be one of the.
Oh my gosh, Klaus.
He could be Emmett.
That is messed up.
It was.
It is.
And I know that they're like, oh, when she's older, it won't be as creepy. And I'm like, he'll be a good brother for her until then. I'm like, then she's going to think of him as a brother and not as a boyfriend, like life mate. That's just my opinion.
I don't know. Well, I can't, I guess, because I just watched Olivia at Olivia's Catastrophe. She's rereading the entire series too, but she's doing it backwards. So she started with Breaking Dawn, and she was like, okay, it's not as weird as she originally thought, just because in the book, I guess they were saying how it's just like, he's just going to be whatever she needs at any given time. So it's just like.
Yeah, but for her, that's got to be confusing.
I mean,
yes. Sorry, I'm right there with you.
Klaus and Caroline should have happened 100%. I haven't finished all of the originals, and I have not moved on to the new spinoff Legacies. But I mean, yeah, honestly, he was that promise that he made her. He's like, I will be your last love. I was like, don't even play with my emotions like that, because I need the last episode to be like them 100 years from now when she's finally gotten over Stefan and he's in his right mind. And honestly, I need that
good
scene.
too.
Oh my god, my dogs are barking. Sorry. I love Elijah.
So I heard that one real loud.
Duchess.
Uh-oh.
It's because my husband's home. Hold on, let me let her out.
So now you guys are stuck with me. Super sorry. It's not going to take her long. I know that her office is super small. She's going to come back in 3, 2. Oh, it's close. We didn't say anything about you.
I'm sure. And I don't even know how. It was loud because she was in the room with me. I don't know how she snuck in here, but.
You never seem to know that she's there.
I'm like, what? Because she doesn't lay right next to me. She just lays in front of the door, and I can't see the floor from the door. I basically ship everyone with anything.
Kai! Oh my god, the guy that did Kai! Yes!
Bonnie and Enzo. Oh my god.
Enzo.
Bonnie and Enzo. Caroline is meant to be his queen. It needs to happen, honestly. They were the best. I love how we just totally diverged from Twilight Vampire Diaries.
I mean, it was down to happen. Yeah.
Jen. I'm gonna, honestly, it needs.
Not safe for kids, this video.
Not safe for kids. But honestly, I would have been all over that.
Yeah, 100%.
Bonnie deserved better. Honestly, that show from the get-go, that show did Bonnie so dirty in every season. Every season they did Bonnie dirty.
Yep. 100%.
Every season. Vampire Diaries is much better than Twilight, that's for sure. Yeah. Let's write the fanfic. Jen,
do it.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Catherine and Kai, if they would have teamed up, honestly, they would have given them a run for their money, because Kai was actually he was feisty. He was actually a really good villain.
Mm-hmm.
You love this character, and then they die.
100%. Yes. There were so many times where I was like, they're not going to do me wrong this time. Every time.
Every single time.
How many times did a lark die? 12?
In that one season, he probably died 17 times. And then everyone's like, oh, you can put on this ring and you can die to be fine. But the more times you did it, it's you turned crazy.
Amanda, it's been so long, I honestly don't remember who ends up with who, to be 1,000% honest with you.
Then I went to Supergirl, and then he married her. Kai did, I mean. Oh yeah, I actually loved Kara and whatever his name was in Supergirl. I don't even want to think about all the tears I wasted on characters who died.
And then
came back. Yes. Honestly, I would love to do a rewatch of the Vampire Diaries because
I can lead into Legacies.
It's been so long.
Yeah. I think so too. I think there was like some kind of apocalyptic thing happening and it was really weird. And I was like, this took a really dark turn and I don't understand how we got here, but maybe I'm remembering a different show.
I did watch the ending of, Vampire Diaries. Elena comes back and all that jazz. But I haven't moved on. Oh, Legacies is really good. I haven't moved on to Legacies, but I want to, and I haven't finished the originals.
I know I did at one point, but I think they came out with another season, so I've gotta hop on that one.
Yep.
So you're both the notes.
so my post notes about Twilight that we're supposed to be talking about. Oh yeah.
It's okay. It's vampire related. There's connections. We're fine.
Honestly, Legacy is more fun than the others.
More campy.
Jen, you love that word. You love campy.
Okay, there's a reason for it. There's a specific type of genre that if it's just really cheesy, it's campy.
Okay.
Charles, who cares?
listen, Charles.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. I'll just get through all these post notes and we talk about vampires. Vampire and angst. Yes. Honestly, I'm just like, that's something that I still don't understand. Why the sparkles? Why? Bye, Jen. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, yeah, why the sparkles? Like, I guess she just wanted to make her vampires more original. So,
well, she just didn't want them to burst into flames. Like, that's kind of anticlimactic.
I mean,
she wants them to be able to go out in the sunlight. It creates more drama. You can't go out because you'll be able to see that they're different.
That's true. And then, like, instead of the venom, I like the venom instead of, like the, I learned all my vampire history from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. To quote Buffy, she's like, to become a vampire, they have to suck your blood. Then you have to suck their blood. It's a whole big sucking fest. It's like, that's literally what she says. Yeah. And then, don't say New Moon. It is New Moon. We're doing a whole
if you want
series.
To do next series, then we can tell you that it's the Kitty Couture series in September. Yeah.
In September, we're doing this series. Hold on, I have them right next to me just because it's handy that way. We're doing this series next in September. Cute. Yes, these are super cute.
I need them to have that first book become available, and then I need them to come out with a fourth book, and then I'm going to replace my hardcover copies with the creepy little cats.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so my next post-it note. My next post-it note is literally after, what the fuck are those?
They're mystery novels.
Charles, they are cozy mysteries. And I love this. Fine, I will read it. Yes!
We got one.
Got him. So, my next post note is after Edward stops the van from colliding into Bella, even though she hits her head really hard on the ground or whatever. And then Carlisle just lets her go. I mean, obviously, he's a really great doctor. I'm not saying he's not a good doctor. I'm just saying there are things that you need to do, like imaging, when you have head injuries. I'm just saying, like.
In Carlisle's defense, he probably knows that his son's a creeping little douchebag and is sleeping over at her house.
Like, son, watch out for her. I know you're over there. Just watch her.
He was probably monitoring the heartbeat. He's like, I'm just going to sit outside in the forest and listen. That's not creepy at all.
Yeah. So, like, she goes home. She takes Tylenol, and then she goes to sleep. And I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. Did you get any kind of imaging for your head injury to make sure you don't have a concussion? Because, hello, you go to sleep, you're not waking up.
Yeah.
It happened literally every single book. I think this was like another book that, oh, it's Everly. Everly has like hit in her head so many times, and she just goes to sleep. And she just goes to sleep. I'm like, this is how people go to bed and don't wake up. They get a concussion. They don't get checked out. I'm sorry. That's what happens when you're in the medical field. You see all this kind of stuff. Like Joe hates watching medical dramas with me because I'm just like, that's not realistic. That's not what happens. We were literally watching The Mentalist the other day, and this guy is trached. He is trached and on a ventilator, and then he's talking. I'm like, that shit don't happen. Okay, like you cannot talk unless air is going through your vocal cords, and when you're trached, it doesn't happen.
There's no air there.
There's no air there. like, that's so dumb. And he's like, just go with it. I was like, I can't.
It's
oh
true.
My gosh. My next post note is basically Edward just laughing at the fact that she faints at the sight of blood when they were doing the blood testing. And he's, I bet you 100% in Midnight Sun, he's going to be like, she's going to make a terrible vampire. She's gonna be a terrible vampire.
That's probably gonna be his first thought. Oh gosh.
Like, oh my god, she faints at the sight of blood. Perfect. Honestly, and also I just had another kind of weird thought. Like when people say that they faint at the sight of blood, what happens if, they have a period? Like, do they faint at the sight of their period? I'm sorry I kind of went there in this chat. So sorry. But I'm just like,
Is it kind of like how they describe, because I think this is a question that Stephenie Meyer got, been like, well, how can Edward stand it when she's on her period? And they're like, well, it's old blood. But yeah, I mean, smell-wise, I'm sure that's true.
oh god.
This took a really deep, dark turn. Super sorry, everybody.
So sorry.
I don't know. I mean, you could research it. It's not something I'm going to Google, but you do that and get back to us.
Okay, I will. And my next, we'll put a pin in that. I'll research, come back to you. But my next post-it note is when she meets up with Jacob in La Push, and she's asking all the questions. And he said that he just turned 15. I did not realize he was so young. I didn't realize that. In the first book, he was 15.
How old is Bella, though? Is she 16 now?
No, she's a junior, so she would, I mean...
Because I
guess when I was a junior, I was 16, so I guess. But I thought, like, she just seemed older.
I mean, she's had to be an adult for most of her life, so...
In the comments, who knows how old Bella is in the first book?
Because I think she was turning 17 at the beginning of New Moon. If you have New Moon, let's just be real. You should probably go there. Hey.
Hi, Deja. You guys are so nice. You've never read Twilight.
Hey. Have you seen the movies?
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the movies? You're so sweet. Thank you so much for coming over. I appreciate you.
Do you have New Moon near you, Nicole? Because if you do, she celebrates her birthday at the beginning of it.
I don't. It's in the other room.
Let me see if Goodreads has anything.
This is not my young adult room. This is my full-grown adult, sexy romance room in here.
A lot of books in that room. Let me just tell you, friends. A lot.
I'm 17. I'm a baby. I haven't read anything.
Hey, it's okay. Honestly, there's probably better things to read out there than this book.
I have just learned today that Deja is a senior in high school, and I didn't know that. And I feel super old now, so thank you. And then she's like, you're not old. I'm just really young. Like, you're so sweet.
There is nothing on Goodreads, so I'm just going to do what?
There's nothing on Goodreads. What are you talking about?
There's no information.
Can you not just
there.
Google it?
I'm going to the Google. Okay, give me a moment. How old is Donald
because
Trump?
Of my mom.
Gross.
Oh my gosh.
Bella.
I feel like if I'm old enough to be your mom if I had, got pregnant really, really young. She says you're young.
Bella, who first appears in Twilight, is a young 17-year-old human girl who moves from her mother's home in Phoenix, Arizona to live with her father, Charlie Swan, a police chief, in her birthplace of Forks, Washington.
Okay, so she was born in Forks, but she moved to Phoenix and then moved back. Okay, got it.
How did Bella get pregnant by Edward?
I mean, does dead sperm make a baby? I don't know. It's magic.
During the third installment, vampire Edward Cullen, played by Robert Pattinson, is able to impregnate. It's not the third installment; it's the fourth one, you losers. Is able to impregnate Bella Swan, played by Kristen Stewart, despite having no blood running through his veins and being made of stone. That was their answer to that question. That is 100% garbage, friend. 100% garbage.
Garbage answer. Deja, thank you. Sometimes, I feel really old just because I feel like I find new gray hairs every day.
How long was Bella pregnant in Twilight? First of all, she wasn't pregnant in Twilight. It was Breaking Dawn. Let's get our book straight. Other story, though Bella
just breaking down.
Though Bella has only been pregnant for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I feel like she'd had the baby for longer.
She was pregnant. They are saying that she was only pregnant for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't think I trust Wikipedia anymore.
I don't trust Wikipedia. When we read Breaking Dawn, we'll make sure we'll pay attention to that.
I think it's gotta be at least a month. Why did Renesmee bite Bella? Well, why aren't you reading the books? Because let's just be real, that probably gives you some answers. Does Bella's dad know she's a vampire? Probably not. Was Edward a virgin? Does Jacob marry Renesmee? Did Jacob and Renesmee have a baby? Does Bella's mom know she's a vampire? What are these garbage questions? Will Renesmee eventually die? Has nobody read these books? Like, I know it's been at least a decade for me, but I'm pretty sure these are in the book. Who married Renesmee? You people are absolute dumpster trash. Google, go away. You're making me angry.
Angry. She's spiraling. She's spiraling, everybody. Deja, you and Bella are the same age, but you do not have the same personality as Bella. You do not. All the extended versions of them, they are. I will have to look this up.
That is true.
How is she only pregnant for 2 weeks? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so there is rapid growth because it's a different type of baby. It's a vampire baby. But at the same time, I feel like 2 weeks was way too short because they had to come back from the honeymoon. She had to be there for a while. Maybe it was 2 weeks. Now I'm questioning myself.
But we'll pay attention. Hold on. Let me write a note. Pay attention to the timeline. Hold on.
I'm not sure. Pay attention to the time. Well, after 24 hours of in-person togetherness, they said I love you. So
timeline in Breaking Dawn. Okay, I made a note. Really big note. But
I'm jealous. Me too. 100%.
But still, yeah. 2 weeks. Yeah.
Although the strength that was put on her body.
I call BS. Ella struck smart as she grew that.
Well, I remember like they had just been on the island. They had like she just found out that she was pregnant, and she goes like this, like she's got a belly, and I'm like, girlfriend, you just slept with your husband. Like, calm down.
2 days ago. That's so funny.
I like that in the movie though. Them trying to like seduce him.
Oh my god. And then when he wouldn't have sex with her, she straight cries. I'm like, girl, come on.
I thought it was true. I thought it wasn't a dream. Well, you have met your husband, yeah?
Well,
next post to know.
Next post to know. So yeah, it was the this more dramatic in the movie. It's like, how long have you been 17? A while. That scene was so much more dramatic in the movie. And I just felt like it needed to be, just because in books it works, because obviously action scenes don't really work a whole lot in books as they do on the movies, and then vice versa. It's so yeah. It's a little bit more.
Reveal in the movie was hardcore cheese. Like, I needed one of my
to seduce her own husband. That's too desperate. See, what happens is they were having the sex when she was still human and he was a vampire. So he was really scared that he was going to hurt her because she did get some bruises. I mean, who doesn't have bruises? Who doesn't have bruises after sex? I mean, honestly, are you even trying at this point? But he didn't want to hurt her.
Give her a break.
I'm sorry, Deja. Yeah. Oh my gosh. In Stephenie's live stream where, she wants to read Your Dad Will Do by Katie Robert. And Jen, you should totally read Your Dad Will Do, even though you don't like Daddy Kink either. But I don't typically go for Daddy Kink.
Ugh,
but
that does not sound attractive at all.
Just read it. It's totally fine.
I will go with Milani Singh first.
Deja has to wait until she's 18 to read Your Dad Will Do.
Good to know. Good to know. That means I have to be at least 36. Got it.
Got it. So funny.
But
so
that
funny.
sounds like fun.
That sounds like fun. She's like, no. Deja, when do you turn 18? So we can start a countdown. I turned 18 in November. It's close enough. All right. Nice.
She's close. She's close. Got a bunch of birthdays on the end of the year now. Mine's in August. Nicole's is at the end of this month.
Yes. Golden birthday, 31 on the 31st. Even though I'm not going to be able to do anything. It's fine.
Maybe I'll come over with a mask and we can have like a margarita together.
You can have a margarita?
Oh my gosh. And we can watch these movies. And you'll get my wonderful commentary. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a dumpster fire. And I'm going to need a lot of alcohol. And it's going to be wonderful. Probably going to take a nap about halfway through. So just be prepared.
We'll get that peach. We'll get that white peach margarita mix. That's really good.
Yes.
Amanda. Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday, everybody. Woo,
woo, woo. Deja, happy early birthday. Can I have a margarita too? I'll give it to you on the down low. I'll give it to you on the down.
She's 18. You got 3 years for that. My bad. I'm an enabler. I'm an enabler. Go for it.
I'm an enabler too. As long as, you know what? If you came to my house, darling, if you came to my house and you were staying in my house, I would give you margarita. You just wouldn't be able to leave. You wouldn't be able to leave. It's fine.
You have to drink lots of water.
I take that responsibility seriously. Where were we? Listen, Charles, we're tangenting. Is that a word?
Okay.
Is that a word?
Tangent?
Okay. Tangent? I don't know.
I mean, it is, because I call it series, so we're fine. We're just making up our own words. It's a series I if it's an individual book.
Or it's just a book. Standalone.
No, it's a series I.
No. My next post-it note is when
he had to get wine. 100% unreasonable. I like her response.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to get us back on track, which I really appreciate. I'm gonna fight you.
You'll just have to get that sparkling apple cider. I loved that so much when I was growing up.
Sparkling apple
Everyone
cider.
Had their wine glass.
Just pour it in a wine
sparkling
glass.
Apple cider.
This was full when we started.
I still haven't drinking any of my water.
Well, okay. Next post-it note is when he's like tearing up like the forest, and he was just like, as if you could outrun me. He's like, everything about me draws you in, and as if you can outrun me, as if you could fight me off. And then he's like doing all this terrible, like scary stuff, and then he's like, don't be afraid. I'm like, okay, like after you purposely do all this scary stuff, and you're like, don't be afraid.
But then didn't he like immediately apologize? He's like, sorry, I misbehaved there for a moment. And I was like, yeah, you did.
He's like, sorry, it's like, he's like, so where were we before I behaved so rudely? Oh, Edward. Oh, Edward.
I mean, he's not used to being around girls he likes, so maybe that's
when he hangs her over her in the tree. Yes. I mean, he definitely goes like predatory like a lot of times in this book. I'm just like,
but I also
honestly
think
like
he had to, because she needs to realize what kind of risk, because at this point she's just like, oh, I love this man, and it's like, do you even know this man? Like, he needs to scare you a little bit. Like, let's just be real there, friends.
Deja and Charles are getting feisty in the chat. No, but like that's true. He even said like you need to have like a certain amount like of fear, just because of who they are, and then who can, who could potentially come into their lives, which is immediately what happens when during the baseball scene, and you get those creepy nomads coming in, and not everyone is as vegetarian as the Cullens are. Some vampires, majority of vampires out there, still eat people. Edward is creepy as fuck.
You haven't read the book yet. You don't know. But yes, he is.
According to Bella, he's super romantic. I mean, she's only known him for like
2 hours.
Yeah, they've talked a total of 5 times, and now they're in love. Okay. Oh yeah, and then there's my next post note is basically the scene where he's just like, I come here every night. You talk in your sleep, weirdo. Weird.
Like, don't admit that.
Don't admit that.
It's their first date.
Yeah, this was like after their first date, right?
I don't even know if it was supposed to be a date. I think he just kind of found her.
He found her, and he's like, I'm taking her to dinner.
Yeah, so is it really their first date?
Yeah, I would say it's their first date. But was the spider monkey line in the book? I don't think so.
No. That was something that they improv'd on set, if I remember.
That was so cringy. Yeah, I was like, spider monkey? Like, what?
And I know that they were like, oh, we're doing so happy about that moment too in the movie. And I was like, no.
Honestly, yeah, you're not wrong. Why would he be watching her? Apparently, she's very interesting when she's asleep.
She talks a lot.
She talks in her sleep.
Well, okay, so
he doesn't sleep, so it's very fascinating to her. Like, he never slept in the 17 years before when he was human. It's fine.
But something that she
so true. I mean, there's probably drool involved.
So she hasn't read the book, so she doesn't know the fact that he can hear other people's minds, except for Bella's. Yeah. So the fact that she talks in her sleep is intriguing to him because it gives her an insight to her mind. Me too. Ditto.
Especially because I'm a side sleeper, and so if my nose is any kind of congested, I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, so like, yeah, he can read minds, but he cannot read her mind. So it's probably very quiet, when he's around her, if he drowns everything out.
Well, then he's always irritated with the fact that he doesn't know what she's thinking in the moment.
Oh, dang.
Oh, true.
True story. Sometimes, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so my next post note is okay, so I guess they're official now. Okay, my dogs are barking. Of course, my dogs start barking when I have something to say.
Oh, no.
No, they're still going. Okay, so this is after like they're official, and he's like, "Are you gonna tell Charlie I'm your boyfriend or not?" He demanded. I'm like, bold of you. First of all, to be demanding stuff. First of all, we went on one date. And you just basically admitted that you watch me sleep, weirdo. Like,
but I think for him, it was more that he wanted someone to know that she was with him, so that if he had a reason to bring her back.
That's true, because they were doing a whole lot of sneaking around. They were just like, okay, we have to wait till Charlie leaves, and then you can pick me up, and then we can drive to, Seattle or whatever. So
didn't even go to Seattle in this book. Come on.
But
that trip was rescheduled to meet his family.
Yes. Very true. And they didn't even fix her Italian, first of all. Rude.
Well, they don't have to think about food, so let's just be real. Although now they're talking about Italian, I'm feeling hungry. So next post-it note.
Next post-it note. My next post-it note is the one I took a picture of and sent it to you. Should I say this aloud in the chat?
No.
All right, we're moving on. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay.
Wait, they're talking in the chat. You gotta do chat
stuff.
Oh,
they're talking in the chat. Sir, would you not approve of this possessiveness? I mean, sometimes we do. Comes with a terror. That's so true. He says, say it out loud.
No.
Keep going. Unfortunately, it has to do with Jen's personal life, so I cannot say it. If he's gonna be possessive, then he needs not be.
Okay, that's like 3 books from now.
Oh my god.
But 100% agree. I really wish that they had gotten places
100%.
much faster.
You're gonna be a demanding stuff. Are you lost, baby girl?
No. I need that next movie out so bad.
100%. Oh my gosh, Deja, that is so funny.
She's not allowed to watch that movie. Shh.
Deja, have you watched 365 DNI? Boxer me this. He needs to know the things. But probably you can watch. You already watched it.
No.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, wait till you're 18. You know what? If you've watched 365 DNI, you can read Your Dad Will Do, honestly. It's like oh, that's so funny. Next post-it note. Oh my gosh, so funny. So this is when like she's crying and then he like takes one of the tears and like looks at it and then puts it in his mouth.
Sanitary.
All us teen girls have watched 365.
I watched it after, although I saw a clip of it the other day and I was like, I kind of want to watch it
and
versus read the book. Because you told me that after was a dumpster fire.
It's just bad. I haven't. Did I watch the movie?
I don't know.
I think I blocked it out.
Well, you definitely did not like the book.
I did not like the book at all. Oh my god, it was. I mean, I don't want to say it's terrible, but it's terrible.
It's fan fiction. It's One Direction fan fiction. Okay, what can we expect?
When I found that out, I could not stop seeing it. Deja, I have watched. Jen, you will not make it past the first scene. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But yeah, I didn't make it past 20 minutes of Love. I didn't.
Deja, it is porn on Netflix.
Okay, but Love is worse than 365 DNI.
What?
Just after the live stream, watch like just the first scene of Love.
I'm not home alone.
Wait,
so I don't think that I could do that.
Okay, yeah, wait till your parents are gone. Charles, have you not seen Love? Damn, it's like seriously. Love. Deja!
I mean, don't blame you. But that was so shocking. Like when you were like, I can't believe this is on Netflix. I did the little Forrest Gump emoji where he's just like running really fast.
Yeah.
Because if Nicole is questioning why it's on Netflix, I'm like, this has got to be good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and honestly, like if I can't believe 365 DNI is on Netflix, I cannot believe Love is on Netflix. I can't believe it.
I'm right there with Charles. I'm too innocent.
Oh my gosh. So Charles, did you not see Stephenie's TikTok about watching the opening scene of Love? There's like a whole TikTok thing where it's like you watch the opening scene and you record your reaction. It's so funny. I feel like Indian stuff exposed me today already. I'm just so funny. Honestly, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Kids these days grow up so fast. That makes me feel so old saying that, but it's true. It is 100% true.
As long as you're comfortable exposing yourself, it's fine. I couldn't believe this. I knew it. I knew it.
How could you set yourself up for that one?
I can't believe that was on Netflix. Amanda, do you mean Love? Oh, you haven't tried Love yet. So it's 365. Love is worse. Love is worse. The false idea that I'm innocent is going out the window.
100%. It's literally on fire outside of my window.
On fire. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Okay, so yeah, the whole like tasting the tear, that was just really freaking weird.
It
Okay.
was. I'm glad they didn't have that in the movie because that would have really grossed me out.
So freaking Tasha. You're cracking me up. So my next post note is basically the baseball scene and just saying like that scene in the movie is iconic. Iconic.
Yep.
Iconic. Okay. So we've already talked about that scene. Basically, like when Charlie first meets Edward, how it's kind of better in the movie because Billy Burke is iconic. He's great. Yeah. It's fantastic. Okay, so there's this scene where Bella is spiraling because this is a lot. Yeah, she spirals a lot. But after Laurent and all them people come in, they're just like, well, what if Carlisle gets hurt? What if everybody gets hurt? And she's like spiraling, and then he's like, Bella, stop. I just think of the kid going, Linda, listen. And I seriously laughed at my desk for like 3 minutes.
Can I just say,
Bella, listen, Linda.
So I had watched that for the longest time. I knew that it was a video about a kid, but I never actually physically watched it until probably maybe 6 months ago. Like, it was very recently that I watched it. And I sat there watching it. I'm going, okay, I love to use this as a joke, but if that had been a little kid in front of me, I would have been like, you disrespectful little shit. Like, I'm going to beat your ass. Like, don't you talk to me that way.
It's like, first of all, my name is not Linda.
It's grandma or mom. I don't know which one that he was talking to at that point. But I was just like, we're not using names at this point. That's not how you get what you want.
That's not how you do it.
That's how you get facing the corner for about an hour until I feel like letting you out.
You are in timeout. So my next post note is basically the 58th Street in Cactus, and I was just like, we should totally go there just to see if there's a dance studio. And it'll be when we do it, it'll be in my vlog, so you can just wait for that.
It's coming.
Wait for that. All right, last post-it note, guys. Last post-it note. This is when Edward is sucking the venom out of Bella's wrist after being bit by crazy guy. Nuts. And I'm like, first of all, you don't suck venom. It doesn't work for snakes and it doesn't work for vampires. So I'm just gonna say
her vampires are different than other vampires, okay?
Do not suck the wound. Don't do it. Anyway. And I was just thinking, like, it was way more dramatic in the movie. Like, he was holding on by a thread of not letting her die. At the end of this, they're freaking talking. They're having a full-blown conversation at the end here. And I just like, this was very dramatic in the movie. Like, he was holding on by a thread, very nearly gonna drain her dry. And now they're like, she's waking up. Her blood tastes clean. I can taste the morphine. Bella, is the fire gone? Yes. Thank you, Edward. I love you. What? You're having a straight-ass conversation, and you nearly died.
She's concussed. She's got a broken leg. I'm sure some ribs are gone.
Oh my gosh. She did not look like she was.
She did not.
Oh my. I thought this was 50 Shades live show.
I mean, we could talk about 50 Shades after this. I don't think I can reread that one, though. Don't tell Vera.
I won't tell Vera. You don't want to reread 50 Shades? We can do a 50 Shades live stream. I don't care.
I was like, I'd rather do the one from his.
It is. I guess that's where the deeply seductive comes from on the back of the book.
Well, 50 Shades is Twilight fan fiction, so
that's true. It kind of just works itself in. She did not look like she was in pain in the movie. No, she didn't.
She looked more like she was, if I remember, like high out of her mind. So she's just mellow. Oh, it hurts, Edward. It hurts.
50 Shades isn't that bad compared to some of the stuff I've read.
No, it's definitely very mild.
That's okay. Hasn't read 50 Shades. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. It's strictly for science. For science and research purposes, go ahead and read 50 Shades. And then if you want to know some real like BDSM Rex, I've got you. It's worse. It's not that bad. It's worse.
Yeah. But it's kind of fun having read Twilight, knowing that it's Twilight fan fiction, and then reading it and going, that's what they got from Twilight. They got that from Twilight. That's from Twilight.
Just watch them. That's true. You can just watch the movies. You get the gist of it.
Pretty much.
Science bye. All right, Nicole, give me those recs. I will put a list together of actually really great BDSM novels, and I will send them to you. I still have to read the Twist Me series by Anna. Sorry, it's on a post-it note here somewhere that I got to read those.
That out.
Yeah.
I don't have a YouTube. I'm only on Nicole's. I'm really lame. Okay, let me just be real with you right now.
She finally just started using her Twitter again this year, and it wasn't even for YouTube or for these these videos. It was for live stream Safari.
Wilder. I've actually calmed down on Wilder. Let me just tell you.
Oh, has it calmed down?
Yeah. Just because we've been in quarantine for so long. So
bold of you, Charles. Bold of you. Charles, bold in the chat. Bold in the chat.
I just have to co-host with the co-most, and then I should be okay.
You are the co-hostess with the co-mostest.
I mean, I wasn't on your YouTube last year because I failed at life, so I think we're making it up for it this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You weren't on a single video of mine last year except for the Bookish Academy Awards. That was it. And then, I don't know what happened. Kind of things happened. Honestly, we're doing more.
Schedules are hard.
Yeah. Charles be out here thinking he's intimidating. Oh, Charles. I low-key am. Oh, Charles. Okay, I got to make a note of that. Hold on, because I'll forget. BDSM Rex.
The Boardroom by Joey W. Only some of them, though.
Deja, what did you say?
It's the one that I made you purchase, The Hostile Takeover by Joey W. Hill.
Oh, yes. Hostile Takeover. I'm just going to write that down.
There were things in that book where I was just like, I'm very confused about where your arms and legs are, but I'll allow it.
Just suspend your disbelief for the duration of this. Okay. BDSM Rex. Got you. I'll put a list together.
5 feet tall.
I will put a list together. I'm more intimidating than you, and I'm 5 feet tall. Are you really 5 feet? That's so cute.
Cool.
She killed slays with love. Oh my god, that's true. My your puppers. My German Shepherd looks intimidating, but then he's just like, pet my belly. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, all right, yeah. So, anything else you guys want to talk about for Twilight? Go ahead and put it in the comments. Reed's comment says that's so cute.
The one above it from Deja. Yes, I haven't grown since I was like 12.
I was like, oh, 5 feet. Just when I turned 11, so that's probably why. Oh, and then okay, so next week, new moon.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about the second book in the series, New Moon. And then, so yeah, next few Wednesdays, we're just going to be going through the entire Twilight series. So next one's New Moon. The last one after that is Eclipse. And then the one after that is Breaking Dawn. And then Midnight Sun. Yeah, Midnight Sun comes out August 4th. We're taking that week to read Midnight Sun. And then we're doing the discussion on the 11th.
No.
Is it no?
My birthday's on Sunday, the 12th.
12th. Yes, 12th is the Wednesday. So yes, we are doing the live stream discussion for Midnight Sun on August 12th. And then we don't have anything planned the next 2 weeks after that.
I'm sure we'll figure something out, though.
We'll figure something out. But then September, we're doing the Kitty Couture series.
Just gonna watch the first 2 movies. I mean, that's probably all you need to. Don't judge the acting; it's terrible. Just know that it's absolute garbage.
Yeah, but
I liked it when I was younger, but I've seen things now.
Yeah, you've seen good movies and
100%.
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. So or you can probably, my dogs are barking, sorry. You can probably watch all the movies and then just be totally fine to discuss stuff. I mean, there's, things that are different, obviously, but we're going to spoil the crap. We're going to spoil the crap out of it.
And we'll let you know everything you missed from the book to the show.
To the movie adaptation, yeah. All right. So if that is it, wait, you said 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Arizona Pacific time. Yep.
Yes.
I don't know how to do all the other conversions.
Central time is 8 p.m., right?
Oh, okay.
2 hours. Yeah. Central time is 8 p.m. Eastern time is 9.
Arizona's weird. We don't do daylight savings time, so.
Yeah. When daylight savings time does happen, we go to Mountain Standard Time. But when daylight time is happening, we're actually Pacific time because we're super weird. Deja, we talked about this. But so yeah, we're gonna wrap it up because it has been nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I didn't eat beforehand.
What day? Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, Charles.
6 p.m. Arizona time.
My boy, yes.
Oh.
I do remember you said that, yes. When Arizona is super weird. Super. But yeah, so we are gonna say goodnight. Thank you so much to everybody who joined and commented. You all are amazing. I love every single one of you. And just also keep a heads up because I am going to do a 1,000 subscriber milestone celebration. We're planning that, with there's going to be a couple of us on there because a lot of us in the romance group has had some milestones. We're going to do a big celebration about that. But then also I'm probably going to do like a Q&A or something. Q&A or giveaway or something. Or both. Wednesday, you know the things.
I think he says, I know that she made the live show, maybe. I don't know.
I know I made this live show. I know my boyfriend. I know. We know things. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again, and we will see you next week. Bye. Bye, Nat. See you later. Bye, Felicia. Charles. Bye.